If Texas is like a miniature version of the world, then West Texas is its wild side, a vast, untamed expanse where the scale of nature, really dwarfs human endeavor. Here, under the immense dome of the sky, one feels a profound sense of solitude and wonder. This is a land of stark contrasts, endless stretches of desert that shimmer under a relentless sun, giving way to mystical night skies so clear they seem almost tangible, and quiet, almost otherworldly mountains that rise abruptly from the flat plains, their peaks shrouded in ancient silence. It is a landscape that demands respect, that is shaped and been shaped by the resilient life that clings to it. This region is more than just a dramatic landscape. It is a tapestry, woven with threads of history, mystery, and an unyielding spirit of independence. From ghost towns that whisper tales of boom and bust, their skeletal remains a testament to fleeting fortunes, to unique communities full of character, where artists, ranchers, and dreamers carve out lives against the odds. Every corner has its own story. These are not merely places on a map. They are living, breathing entities, each with a distinct personality and a rhythm all its own. Our journey will take us through these remarkable outposts of civilization, scattered like jewels across the Chihuahuan desert. We will explore their pasts, understand their presence, and feel the powerful allure that draws people to this remote and challenging corner of the world. It's a journey into the heart of a Texas that few truly know, a place where the legends are as real as the dust on your boots, and the stars in the heavens. Prepare to be captivated by the wild, weird, and wonderful soul of West Texas. Our exploration begins in a place that embodies the very essence of resurrection, Terlingua. Once, this was a land of furious industry, a mining boomtown where men toiled deep within the earth, extracting the liquid silver, mercury, or quicksilver. The air buzzed with the promise of wealth, and a bustling community sprang up from the dust. But like so many stories of the Old West, the boom was finite. The mines faltered, the profits vanished, and the people moved on, leaving Terlingua to the ghosts and the wind. For decades, it slept, a collection of ruins slowly being reclaimed by the desert. But a place with such a powerful spirit cannot remain silent forever. In the latter half of the 20th century, a new kind of pioneer began to arrive. They were not seeking treasure from the ground, but a different kind of wealth, freedom. Artists, musicians, and those seeking an escape from the modern world were drawn to Terlingua's stark beauty and its promise of an untethered existence. They saw not decay, but a canvas. The ruins of the old mining town became the foundations for a new, eccentric, and fiercely independent community. This spirit of transformation is perhaps best captured by the Starlight Theater. What was once the roofless ruin of the mining company's cinema is now the vibrant heart of the town. Here, under a new roof, locals and travelers gather for food, music, and fellowship. The building itself is a metaphor for Terlingua, a structure of the past, given new life and purpose by a community that honors its history while defiantly writing its own future. It stands as a beacon of creativity and endurance in the heart of the desert. Nowhere is the town's unique character more vividly displayed than during its annual Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos celebration. The historic cemetery, perched on a hill overlooking the town, comes alive with light and memory. Candles flicker on weathered graves, offerings are left for the departed, and the air is filled with a unique blend of solemn remembrance and joyous celebration. It is a profoundly moving spectacle, a tradition that connects the town's past with its present, honoring the miners who built this place and the spirits who now inhabit it. Life here is a study in self-reliance. Many residents live off-grid, their homes a testament to ingenuity and a deep connection to the land. They harness the sun for power, collect the precious rain, and build their lives in harmony with the harsh but beautiful environment. To live in Terlingua is to make a conscious choice, a choice to embrace the silence, the space, and the freedom of the desert. It is a community forged not by convenience, but by a shared passion for a life less ordinary, a life lived on its own terms. Leaving the low desert floor behind, we ascend towards Alpine, a town nestled in a high valley, cradled by the mountains that surround it. Alpine presents itself as a hub, a center of gravity in this vast region. It is the gateway to the Davis Mountains, those magnificent sky islands that rise dramatically from the desert, their peaks forested and their canyons holding secrets of water and life. The air here is clearer, the temperatures cooler, a welcome respite from the intensity of the lowlands. It immediately feels like a place of refuge. For over a century, Alpine has served as a vital center for education, culture, and commerce. It is home to Sul-Ross State University, an institution that has brought a youthful energy and intellectual curiosity to this remote corner of Texas. The university's presence has fostered a unique blend of old and new, where the traditions of ranching and the cowboy way of life coexist with academic pursuits and artistic expression. The town's streets are a reflection of this, with historic brick buildings housing contemporary art galleries, bookshops, and cafes. The landscape surrounding Alpine is a character in itself. A short drive in any direction takes you into breathtaking scenery. The scenic loop drive through the Davis Mountains is a journey through changing ecosystems, from grassy foothills to pine and oak woodlands at higher elevations. This is a land that invites exploration, offering hiking trails that lead to panoramic vistas and quiet spots where one can simply sit and absorb the immense scale and silence of the natural world. The mountains feel ancient and wise, watching over the valley below. As a cultural hub, Alpine draws artists and artisans who are inspired by the dramatic light and rugged beauty of the region. The town boasts a thriving art scene, with numerous galleries showcasing everything from traditional Western painting to avant-garde sculpture. This creative spirit is palpable, adding a layer of sophistication to the town's rustic charm. It's a place where you can spend the morning hiking a mountain trail and the afternoon appreciating world-class art, a juxtaposition that defines the unique appeal of West Texas. Alpine, then, is more than just a stopping point. It is a destination in its own right. It acts as the perfect base camp for deeper explorations into the Big Bend region, but it also possesses a strong identity of its own. It is a town that feels both connected to the wider world and wonderfully isolated from it. It is a community that understands its role as a gateway, welcoming travelers while fiercely preserving the quiet, scenic beauty and cultural richness that make it such a special place to be. We travel now to a place that has become a global phenomenon, a name whispered in art circles from New York to Berlin, Marfa. On the surface, it appears to be a sleepy high desert town, its grid of quiet streets and modest adobe homes baking under the Texas sun. The slow pace of life, the vastness of the surrounding plains, and the ever-present railroad tracks speak to a classic West Texas identity. But beneath this tranquil surface lies an enigma, a place of profound artistic pilgrimage and unexplained mystery. The transformation of Marfa began in the 1970s with the arrival of the minimalist artist Donald Judd. Seeking to escape the confines of the New York art world, he found in Marfa's expansive landscapes and abandoned military buildings the perfect setting for his large-scale installations. He acquired Fort D.A. Russell and began to install his work, and that of his contemporaries, not in a traditional gallery setting but in direct relationship with the architecture and the surrounding environment. His vision fundamentally and forever altered the town's destiny. Today, Marfa is an international capital of contemporary art. The Chinati Foundation, established by Judd and a host of other galleries and spaces, attract artists, collectors, and curious travelers from around the globe. You can wander through immense artillery sheds filled with Judd's iconic aluminum boxes, or witness Dan Flavin's fluorescent light installations illuminating the darkness. This infusion of high art creates a surreal and fascinating contrast with the town's humble, ranching town roots, a blend of small-town charm and global influence that is utterly unique. But Marfa's fame is not solely built on art. For over a century, reports have surfaced of mysterious, unexplained lights that dance on the horizon southeast of town. The Marfa lights. Are they car headlights, atmospheric phenomena, or something else entirely? Scientists have offered explanations, but none have definitively solved the riddle. A dedicated viewing area allows visitors to stand in the cool, desert night, staring into the darkness, hoping to catch a glimpse of this enduring and captivating mystery. The lights add another layer of the otherworldly to this already surreal place. The result is a town of fascinating paradoxes. It is a place where you can see a multi-million-dollar sculpture in the morning and watch a local high school football game in the evening. It is a destination for the world's cultural elite, yet it remains, at its heart, a small Texas town of just a few thousand people. Marfa is a testament to the power of a singular vision and the allure of the unknown. It doesn't offer easy answers. Instead, it invites you to look closer, to question what you see, and to simply experience its strange and wonderful presence. Our journey now takes us higher, into the heart of the Davis Mountains, to the town of Fort Davis. At an elevation of over 5,000 feet, it holds the distinction of being the highest town in Texas. This altitude blesses it with a milder climate, and more importantly, with skies of an astonishing clarity. The town is named for the historic fort that lies at its edge, a beautifully preserved relic of the American frontier that stands as a silent witness to the region's turbulent past. The Fort Davis National Historic Site is one of the best preserved examples of a post-Civil War frontier military post in the Southwest. Walking among the restored barracks, officers' quarters, and hospital buildings, one is transported back in time. You can almost hear the bugle calls echoing off the canyon walls and imagine the lives of the soldiers, including the famed Buffalo Soldiers, who were stationed here to protect travelers and settlers on the San Antonio-El Paso Road. The fort is not just a collection of buildings, it is a powerful link to the history that shaped this land. Adjacent to the town and the fort lies the Davis Mountains State Park, a ruggedly beautiful sanctuary for native wildlife, and a paradise for hikers and campers. Trails wind through canyons and up to scenic overlooks, offering breathtaking views of the surrounding landscape. The park provides an immersive experience of the Sky Island ecosystem, where plants and animals thrive that are found nowhere else in Texas. It is a place to reconnect with the natural world, to feel the ancient pulse of the mountains. But perhaps the most profound experience Fort Davis has to offer reveals itself after the sun goes down. The combination of high altitude, dry air, and a lack of light pollution creates some of the darkest night skies in North America. This celestial clarity is why the McDonald Observatory, one of the world's leading astronomical research facilities, was built on nearby Mount Locke. The observatory's visitor center hosts star parties, where the public can gaze through powerful telescopes at distant galaxies, nebulae, and planets. To stand in the cool mountain air and look up at the Milky Way stretching from horizon to horizon is a humbling and awe-inspiring experience. It is a reminder of our place in the cosmos, a perspective that is often lost in the glare of modern life. Fort Davis, with its rich history and its connection to the heavens, is a place of profound perspective. It connects the deep past of the Earth with the infinite future of the stars, offering a unique and unforgettable encounter with time and space. We descend from the mountains and head east, back onto the vast, open plains of the Chihuahuan Desert. Here we find Marathon, a town that exudes a sense of serene tranquility. If Alpine is the bustling gateway to the mountains, Marathon is the quiet, contemplative gateway to the immense wilderness of Big Bend National Park. It is the last outpost of significant comfort before the land gives way to the raw, untamed beauty of the park, and it carries itself with a quiet dignity. The town was established as a water stop for the Southern Pacific Railroad, and its history is still visible in the architecture and the slow, steady rhythm of life. Its centerpiece is the historic Gage Hotel, an elegant mission-style structure built in 1927 by a local ranching pioneer. The hotel has been lovingly restored and stands as an oasis of refined comfort in the middle of the desert. Stepping into its lobby is like stepping back into a more gracious era, a testament to the enduring allure of the West. Marathon is small, even by West Texas standards. Its charm lies in its simplicity and its uncluttered nature. There are no traffic lights, and the main street can be walked in a matter of minutes. But within this small footprint, there is a surprising depth. You'll find charming guest houses, beautiful gardens that seem to defy the desert climate, and art galleries that showcase the work of those inspired by the surrounding vistas. It is a place that encourages you to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to simply be present. The defining feature of Marathon is the landscape that surrounds it. The town is set against the backdrop of the Glass Mountains, which catch the light of the rising and setting sun in spectacular fashion. The horizons are immense, stretching out in every direction under a sky that feels impossibly large. This sense of space is the town's greatest luxury. It offers a feeling of release, a mental and spiritual decluttering that is hard to find in the modern world. For many, Marathon serves as the perfect starting point for an adventure into Big Bend. It's a place to gather supplies, enjoy a final comfortable meal, and mentally prepare for the wilderness ahead. But it is more than just a prelude. Marathon is a destination in itself, a peaceful sanctuary where the silence is broken only by the passing train or the desert wind. It is a place to decompress, to gaze at the desert vistas, and to appreciate the profound beauty of stillness. Our journey now takes us south, to the very edge of the nation, to a place defined by the great river that gives this region its name. We arrive in Presidio, a town cradled at the confluence of two mighty rivers, the Rio Grande and Mexico's Rio Conchos. This meeting of waters, known as La Junta de los Rios, has been a site of human settlement for thousands of years. It is a place steeped in a history far older than Texas itself, a true borderland where cultures have mingled for millennia. Presidio's character is inextricably linked to its location. It is a community that lives and breathes the borderland culture. Spanish is spoken as freely as English, and the rhythms of life are influenced as much by what is happening in the neighboring Mexican town of Ojinaga as by events in the rest of Texas. To be here is to experience a unique fusion, a place that is not quite one country or the other, but a distinct entity born from their meeting. The International Bridge is not a barrier, but a vital artery connecting two communities that are, in many ways, one. The history here is palpable. Presidio is one of the oldest continuously cultivated areas in the United States. Archaeological sites reveal ancient farming communities that thrived on the fertile floodplain of the rivers long before the arrival of the Spanish. Later, it became a strategic location for Spanish missions and military presidios, or forts, intended to control the frontier. This deep, layered history gives the town a sense of permanence and resilience that is profoundly felt. The natural setting is as dramatic as the history. The town is surrounded by rugged mountains and the stark, beautiful landscapes of the Chihuahuan Desert. This is the starting point for the River Road, Farm to Market Road, 170, one of the most scenic drives in the United States. The road winds alongside the Rio Grande, through the stunning canyons of Big Bend Ranch State Park, offering breathtaking views at every turn. It is a journey into a raw and primordial landscape. Life in Presidio is shaped by the sun, the land, and the river. It is a working town, a community of farmers, ranchers, and families who have called this place home for generations. It lacks the artistic polish of Marfa, or the resort feel of Marathon, and in that, it offers something incredibly authentic. It is a window into the enduring soul of the borderlands, a place where the confluence of rivers has created a powerful and lasting confluence of cultures. We now travel northwest, along the artery of Interstate 10, to a town that has long served as a crucial crossroads in the vast desert, Van Horn. For generations of travelers, Van Horn has been a welcome sight, an outpost of light and civilization after long, empty miles. It is a town built on movement, a place where the paths of truckers, tourists, and wanderers intersect before diverging once again into the immense landscape. Its identity is forged in the hum of the highway and the promise of the open road. Van Horn's history is tied to transportation. It grew as a vital stop for the railroad, then for the old Bankhead Highway, and now for the interstate that slices through the heart of the region. Its streets are lined with motels, gas stations, and diners that have served weary travelers for decades. There's a practical, no-nonsense quality to the town, a sense of purpose rooted in providing rest and resources to those in transit. It may not have the art galleries of Marfa, but it has an honest, hard-working soul. The landscape surrounding Van Horn is some of the most rugged and imposing in all of Texas. To the north rise the Guadalupe Mountains, culminating in Guadalupe Peak, the highest point in the state. This national park is a hiker's paradise, a wilderness of dramatic canyons, fossilized reefs, and surprising alpine forests. Van Horn serves as a key access point for those venturing to this spectacular and challenging park, a place to stock up before heading into the wild. To the south of Van Horn, the terrain is equally dramatic, with jagged volcanic mountains and vast empty basins. This is the land of classic westerns, a place where the scale of nature makes one feel small and insignificant. It's a landscape that has tested the resolve of everyone who has ever tried to cross it, from the earliest pioneers to modern-day ranchers. The beauty here is stark and unforgiving, but for those who appreciate it, it is profoundly moving. Van Horn, then, is a town of transitions. It is a place people pass through on their way to somewhere else, but it is also a gateway to some of Texas's most magnificent natural wonders. It is a testament to the human need for connection and community, even in the most remote and challenging of environments. It stands as a reliable beacon in the desert, a crossroads where countless journeys have paused, refueled, and begun anew. Our journey takes us to a place that proudly calls itself the cactus capital of Texas, Sanderson. Tucked away in a canyon carved by Sanderson Creek, this small town feels wonderfully remote, a quiet pocket of civilization surrounded by an ocean of desert. It's a place you have to intend to visit. You don't simply pass through it on the way to somewhere else. This isolation has forged a community with a deep sense of place and a quiet, resilient character. Sanderson's history is written in the stone of its buildings and the stories of its old-timers. Like many towns in the region, it owes its existence to the railroad, which needed a stop in this rugged territory. It grew into a prosperous ranching center, the heart of a vast sheep and goat ranching empire. But the town has also known hardship, including a devastating flash flood in 1965 that reshaped both the landscape and the community spirit. The town that stands today is a testament to its ability to endure and rebuild. The title Cactus Capital is no idle boast. The surrounding Chihuahuan desert landscape is a veritable garden of succulent life. Dozens of species of cacti, from the towering ocotillo to the formidable prickly pear and the tiny jewel-like peyote, thrive in this arid environment. For botanists and nature lovers, the area is a treasure trove, a living museum of desert flora. The town embraces this identity, a celebration of the tough, spiny, and surprisingly beautiful life that defines its home. Life in Sanderson moves at a different pace. It is a place of profound quiet, where the loudest sounds are often the whistle of the wind through the canyon or the distant rumble of a freight train. It's a community where neighbors know each other, where front porches are still used for visiting, and where the night sky is unobscured by city lights. To visit Sanderson is to take a step back in time, to experience a simpler, more connected way of life that has become rare in the modern world. This is a town for those who seek solitude without loneliness. It offers a deep connection to the natural world and to a community that values resilience and authenticity. Sanderson doesn't shout for attention, it whispers. It invites you to wander its quiet streets, explore the surrounding cactus-studded hills, and listen to the stories the land has to tell. It is a place of remote beauty and quiet strength, a true gem of the West Texas wilderness. We travel along a lonely stretch of US Highway 90 through a landscape of immense empty plains. Here, seemingly in the middle of nowhere, we find a tiny dot on the map with a name that evokes romance and affection, Valentine. This small, unincorporated community is one of the smallest we will visit. A quiet outpost with a population that barely reaches triple digits. Yet despite its size, Valentine has achieved a peculiar and international fame. The town was established in the 1880s, and legend has it that it was named by a railroad crew that completed a section of track here on February 14th. For many years, its most notable feature was its post office, which would receive thousands of letters from around the world each February, from people wanting their Valentine's Day cards stamped with the town's special postmark. It was a charming, small-scale tradition that gave the tiny town a unique place in people's hearts. But in 2005, something strange and wonderful appeared just outside of town. A minimalist sculpture, a perfect replica of a luxury boutique, fully stocked with shoes and handbags, was installed alongside the highway. This was Prada Marfa, an art installation by the artists Elm Green and Dragset. It was designed as a critique of consumer culture, a surreal and jarring sight against the vast, empty backdrop of the Chihuahuan Desert. It was never meant to be a functioning store, and it was intended to slowly biodegrade back into the landscape. Prada Marfa instantly became an icon, a must-see pilgrimage site for art lovers, fashionistas, and seekers of the weird. It has been photographed countless times, becoming a symbol of the quirky, artistic spirit that has taken root in this part of West Texas. The sculpture has transformed Valentine from a sleepy railroad town into a landmark, placing it firmly on the cultural map. It is a bizarre and beautiful statement, a piece of high fashion and high art dropped into the middle of nowhere. Valentine itself remains a quiet, unassuming place. The residents live their lives amidst this strange fame, a mix of old-time ranchers and newcomers drawn by the region's allure. The town is a study in contrasts, the dusty, authentic reality of a tiny desert community set against the hyper-real, artificial glamour of the Prada installation. It is a place that reminds us that significance is not measured by size, and that sometimes, the most memorable things are found in the most unexpected of places. Our final stop takes us to a place that feels like the very embodiment of the wild, windswept West Sierra Blanca. The town sits on a high, arid plain, with the stark, pale peaks of the Sierra Blanca mountains rising to the south. The wind seems to be a constant presence here, a powerful force of nature that has scoured the landscape and shaped the character of the town. This is a place of raw exposure, a true outpost on the edge of the wilderness. Like so many towns in this region, Sierra Blanca was born of the railroad. It was founded as a maintenance stop and junction for the Southern Pacific and Texas and Pacific Railways in the 1880s. For a time, it was a bustling hub of activity, the county seat of Hudspeth County with a courthouse that still stands as a proud, if weathered, landmark. The railroad remains a vital part of the town's identity, with long freight trains rumbling through day and night, their horns a lonely cry in the vast emptiness. Life in Sierra Blanca is not for the faint of heart. It is a small, tough community that has faced economic challenges and the relentless pressures of a harsh environment. The population has dwindled over the years, leaving behind a core of resilient residents who are deeply connected to this land. There is an authenticity here, a lack of pretense that is both refreshing and humbling. This is a working town, a place where people look out for one another because they have to. The landscape surrounding Sierra Blanca is immense and untamed. This is a land of vast ranches, where cattle roam over thousands of acres of scrubland. It's a place where you can drive for miles without seeing another soul, where the horizon seems to stretch into infinity. The beauty here is not gentle or picturesque. It is stark, powerful, and elemental. It is the beauty of open space, of dramatic skies, and of a land that has resisted being tamed. To visit Sierra Blanca is to experience the West Texas of old, a place defined by the railroad, ranching, and a fierce spirit of independence. It may be a quiet outpost now, a shadow of its former self, but it remains a potent symbol of human endurance in the face of an overwhelming landscape. It is a fitting end to our journey, a reminder that in this wild side of Texas, survival itself is a form of beauty, and endurance is the ultimate story. These towns, scattered across the wild heart of West Texas, each hold a strange charm that keeps people coming back again and again. From the artistic enigma of Marfa to the historic echoes of Fort Davis, from the borderland soul of Presidio to the quiet resilience of Sanderson, each community offers a unique window into a different way of life. They are testaments to human creativity, endurance, and the unyielding desire to carve out a home in even the most challenging of landscapes. They are more than just destinations. They are experiences that settle deep within you. This is a land that changes you. It forces you to slow down, to look more closely, to listen to the silence. The sheer scale of the desert, the brilliance of the night sky, and the deep layered history create a powerful sense of perspective. You leave with a different understanding of space, of time, and of your own place within the grand tapestry of the world. The stories of these towns become a part of your own story, and the stark beauty of the landscape is imprinted on your memory. So, I invite you to come and see for yourself. Let the silence, the stories, and the endless horizons draw you in. Come and feel the dust on your skin and the sun on your face. Wander the ghost towns, gaze at the stars, and meet the remarkable people who call this place home. Let West Texas work its strange magic on you. For once you have experienced its wild, untamed spirit, you will find that a part of you never truly leaves.